Here is the moment that terrifies every person trying to lose weight. You cut calories, you stay disciplined and consistent. You are finally losing weight and the scale is moving steadily. Then it just stopped. Week 4, week 5, week 6, the number does not budge, man, and the thought creeps in. This is not working anymore. I have failed. My metabolism is broken. But here's the real truth though. Most plateaus are not real. They are usually measurement errors disguised as metabolic failure. And the ones that are real, they are not a sign that the process has stopped working. They are actually a sign that the math needs adjusting, man. And the first thing that you need to understand might completely change how you see that stuck scale. So let's get right into it. Point number 1, what a plateau actually is. So before we go anywhere, let's define this clearly, man, because the word plateau actually gets thrown around casually. A weight loss plateau is when your body weight remains unchanged for at least 2 to 4 consecutive weeks despite continued adherence to your calorie deficit and training plan. Notice the key phrase, despite continued adherence to your deficit. Most people think that they have hit a plateau when what have actually happened is one of two things. Either the scale stopped moving because they are not actually in a deficit anymore, or the scale appears stuck but fat loss is still happening underneath fluctuating water weight. And here's the perspective that changes everything, bro. A plateau is not a sign that fat loss stopped working. It is actually a sign that your body adapted to your current energy intake. And the math needs adjusting, man. Simple, right? Your body is incredibly intelligent system, man. When you lose weight, you have less tissue to fuel, right? So a small body actually requires fewer calories to maintain, meaning you need to decrease your daily energy expenditure. That's normal. That is so expected, man. It's not failure, trust me. The fear says, my body is broken, metabolism is broken, calories do not work for me anymore. But reality says, my body actually adapted to this intake and all I have to do is just recalibrate the equation, alright? And this distinction is so critical, bro. One leads to quitting and the other leads to problem solving. Number 2, most plateaus are not real. They are measurement errors. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that an intermittent lack of diet adherence, not metabolic adaptation, is a major contributor to the frequently observed early weight loss plateau. So, most plateaus are not metabolic. They are behavioral, man. And now let me clearly break down the measurement errors that actually create the illusion of a plateau when fat loss is still happening, man. Number 1, water retention masking fat loss. This is the most common plateau illusion, man. You are losing fat, but water retention is unfortunately hiding that on the scale, alright? And here are the things that actually cause water retention. Number 1, stress and cortisol elevation. Work stress, relationship stress, life stress, all spike cortisol, man, which increases water retention. 2, sleep deprivation. Poor sleep elevates cortisol and disrupts fluid balance. 3, high sodium intake. A very high sodium meal can cause your body to retain extra water, which can temporarily add 2 to 4 pounds on the scale overnight. Crazy, right? 4, menstrual cycle for women. Hormonal fluctuations can cause 2 to 4 pounds of water retention. 5, carbohydrate increase. Every gram of glycogen stored holds 3 to 4 grams of water. Here is the shocking truth. You can lose 1 pound of actual fat in a week and gain 2 pounds of water, making the scale show a 1 pound gain despite real fat loss happening. So this is not a plateau, man. It is physics. You are progressing, but the scale cannot track whether it is fat or water retention, unfortunately. 2, stress and sleep disruption. And research shows that sleep deprivation and chronic stress elevate your cortisol significantly, man, which not only increases water retention, but also it makes the process of fat loss physiologically harder, alright? So if you are sleeping 5 to 6 hours per night and you are like dealing with high work stress and you are wondering why the scale is not moving, the problem is not in the calorie deficit, bro. It is in your recovery, alright? And to fix this, prioritize 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep and manage stress through rest days like prayers, meditation, breathing techniques, or walking, or whatever helps you decompress, okay? And sometimes the fastest way to break a plateau is to sleep more and stress less, man. Number 3, adherence shift. And this one nobody wants to admit, man. You think that you are still eating 1800 calories daily because that is what you ate in week 2, right? But now it's already week 8, 9, 10. There are some small unconscious changes have already crept in, man. So the amount of protein you need has already changed, man. A handful of something 2 to 3 times per day can be 2 to 3 to 400 calories. Your weekend eating has already loosened up, right? And you are not tracking as precisely. You are just estimating instead of like weighing your food, right? And the study I mentioned earlier shows that a 6-month weight loss plateau can be attained despite what can be considered as high diet adherence, alright? So meaning, even 80 to 90% of adherence can actually stall your progress if those 10 to 20% deviations happen consistently, alright? So this is not metabolic adaptation, man. It is just honestly revealing the gap between perception and reality. Number 3, when it is real plateau, adaptive thermogenesis. Now let's talk about when the plateau is real. When you have ruled out water retention, you are tracking honestly, and the scale has genuinely not moved for 3 to 4 weeks, man. So when you lose weight, your body does not passively accept it. It actually fights it back by a process called adaptive thermogenesis. It actually burns less calories at rest. You start burning fewer calories during activity, and you move less unconsciously. Your need decreases, drops. So what's essentially happening is that your body wants to return to its previous state, to its previous weight, okay? But, and this is crucial, but this does not mean that fat loss is impossible in this state. It means that you need to adjust your deficit to account for new and lower expenditure. And that's it. And remember, the law of calories is still and always will govern the process, alright? Number 4, how to break from a plateau. Now, alright, here's the part that you actually came for, right? What do you do when you hit a plateau? And let me just get right into the evidence-based strategies in order of effectiveness. Number 1, reduce calories by 10 to 15%. And this is the most effective strategy, man. So if your current calorie deficit is not producing fat loss anymore, the simplest and most effective way or strategy is to actually create slightly larger deficit. So for instance, if you are eating 2000 calories daily, decrease it, reduce the calories to 1800, alright? Just make sure that calories come from carbs or fat, keeping your protein intake high for muscle retention, alright? And then track precisely for 2 weeks, and after that, reassess everything, okay? So strategy number 2, increase activity, add deficit through output. So instead of eating less, you can burn more. For example, you can add 20 to 30 minutes daily walking, or you can increase your training frequency, like adding one light training session to your routine, alright? So research shows that adaptive thermogenesis may explain why weight loss becomes harder over time, man, even when calories remain low, and why people often regain weight after losing it. Strategy number 3, implement a diet break. Strategic refeed. So this might seem a little bit counterintuitive, but research actually supports it. So during prolonged periods of dieting, people usually use something called a refeed, alright? A refeed is a short period of time where, usually a week, where you intentionally eat at your maintenance or slightly above your maintenance calories, okay? And most of the extra calories usually come from eating more carbs. In simple words, it is a planned, short break from dieting where you temporarily increase food, mainly carbs. After that 1 week, return normally to your deficit, okay? And this temporarily restores leptin levels, which is your appetite regulation hormone, reduces cortisol from chronic dieting stress, replenishes glycogen, and improves training performance. And it also provides psychological relief, man. So this is not giving up, man. It is strategic. You are actually taking one step back to take 2 steps forward, okay? Strategy number 4, prioritizing sleep and stress management. Damn, it's already 2 a.m., man. It happens. I am filming this video. So sometimes the fast way to break a plateau is actually to stop trying so hard and let your body recover, man. Simple as that. So get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, take 2 to 3 full rest days per week, and practice stress reduction techniques. Like I already said, prayers, meditation, walking, gratitude journaling, whatever. And sometimes the problem is not in your deficit, man. It could be in your recovery, alright? And now, if you want something that actually got you step by step and shows you everything we have covered so far and shows you the exact strategies that you need to do, I've already created an ebook that shows you everything you need, man. Go and check it out, okay? Number 5, Plateau Test Identity. And now, let me just leave you with one final perspective that reframes plateaus, man. Most people do not quit during their diet. They quit during plateaus. So let me explain this because it is so profound, man. When fat loss is happening consistently, it is so easy to stay motivated, right? The scale is moving all the time. You look better every single week, right? Discipline feels kind of natural because you're already seeing results, right? But when the plateau hits, that is exactly where your character gets tested, man. Do you trust the process and make small adjustments and keep going? Or do you panic and say, this is not working anymore, man. I can't do it. My metabolism is broken. And quit altogether. And remember, Romans chapter 5, 3-4 says, suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. So the plateau is the suffering, and your response to that suffering actually reveals your character. And your character determines whether you reach your goals or you quit before the breakthrough. So every person who loses 30, 40, 50 plus pounds experiences multiple plateaus, man. The difference, they don't quit. They adjust and keep going. And that's it. And research shows that only 10 to 20% of people are able to keep the weight off for more than 24 weeks. Why is that? Because most people actually quit during the plateau, man. So plateaus are not roadblocks. They are actually checkpoints. And your body is not your enemy. It is actually a gift that you are learning to steward well. Now, alright, let me bring all of this together with complete clarity and give you the bottom line, man. First, most plateaus are not real. They are actually measurement errors from water retention, weekly fluctuation misreading, stress sleep issues, or adherence drift, okay? Second, when plateaus are real, they are caused by metabolic adaptation. Your body has become more efficient and the math needs adjusting. Third, the law of calories still governs fat loss. A plateau does not mean calories stopped working. It means your current deficit is now maintenance for a new and lighter body. Fourth, you break plateaus through small adjustments. Reduce calories by 10 to 15%, increase activity through burning calories, implement strategic diet breaks, and prioritize sleep and stress management. Fifth, plateaus test your identity. Most people quit during plateaus, man. The ones who transform, they adjust and keep going. And here are the exact steps to follow if you're experiencing a plateau right now, okay? So week 1, track everything with complete honesty. Weigh your food, log everything precisely, man. Week 2, calculate weekly averages. Is it truly unchanged? Week 3, if still plateaued and unchanged, then reduce calories by 10 to 15% or add 30 minutes daily walking. Week 4, reassess. If the weight is moving again, great, keep going. If not, consider a 5 to 7 day diet break, alright? So commit to this 4-week process before you make any drastic changes, alright? And remember, man, you don't fail during the diet, you actually fail during the plateau, unless you stay faithful. And I've already created you an ebook that actually guides you through every unanswered question you have and gives you complete clarity on fat loss. Click the first link in the description and download it now, man. So if this video gives you clarity on why plateaus actually happen and how to break them with patience and integrity, I'll be so grateful if you like the video and subscribe to the channel, man. And if you want to understand like the timeline of fat loss and the exact phases that most people actually quit during, this video is the next step, man. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until the next one, take care everybody. Bye bye.